Namaste, everybody. Welcome to another session of Rama, 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 the resonance and the start of counting down towards the Ayodhya event happening very soon. My name is Prasad Kaipa. I'm co-founder of Institute of IndicA Wisdom. And today, I'm going to address the topic of how to awaken Rama Tattvam within us. And following the example of Sri Rama, how do we live our life more effectively, learning from Ramayana? So let me start with a slokam. Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama. So topic I mentioned is how do we awaken the Rama within? How do we use Rama's principles in our life? Long time ago, when I came to India and I had to go to State Bank of India branch in Chennai. At that time, I did not realize as I went through the glass door in State Bank of India, without recognizing, there was a small cut that happened on my left hand. I did not notice that, and I was actually going ahead and doing whatever needs to be done for the banking procedure. Then the manager came to me and said, "Sir, you have a small cut. There is a little bit of blood coming in your left hand. It looks to be fresh. If you can come to my room, I can help you with a small cleanup and bandage." And I was very pleasantly surprised because I have known State Bank of India to be really busy, lots of people waiting, very minimal customer service being offered, whereas this gentleman is offering something above and beyond. So once we did the cleanup, then I appreciated his extra service, and then he showed me a small note that he had behind his table, which said, "If I don't know you, I serve you. If I know you, I am you." And he said, this is what is Hanuman's message. And I try to follow that as my customer service message. And I try to do whatever I can to provide the best customer service that I can do. That was an amazing kind of realization for me that this gentleman took a message from Ramayana, and then he is actually practicing it in his day-to-day living. That happened about 30 years ago. But afterwards, when I came back, I tried to look at which is the sloka that he is referring to. I looked up in Valmiki Ramayanam. I did not find it. Then I looked at Ramcharitmanas by Tulsidas ji. I did not find it. Later, I found one particular sloka that seems to be connected with the message that he had given, where Sri Rama meets Hanuman for the first time. And in meeting him for the first time, so Rama asks him, "Who are you?" So in that particular context, Sri Hanuman, in a very humble way, he essentially introduces himself. He introduces himself in a very beautiful way. He says, "Deha drushtya tu dasoham, jiva drushtya twadamshakam, tattva drushtya tvamevaham, iti me nischita matihi. What does this mean? Deha drushtya. If I look at you from the perspective of my body, I am your dasa. I am Ramadasa. I have been waiting to meet you in person, but I am servant of you. But if you ask me, Jiva Drushtya, I am Tadam Shakam. I am your Rama's Amsa, your Amsa. Nothing but your Amsa. I'm nobody else. I'm just a small piece of you in this world. If I were to look at you from the Tattva Buddhi, if I were to look at who am I truly as a person, if I were to look at it from an Advaitika Bhavana, then I am nobody but yourself. This kind of a realization was something I am very certain, and that shloka remained very, very close to my heart. Reason for that is, majority of the time, in a day-to-day circumstances, as various up and down events happen in my life, I happen to behave sometimes as if I'm nobody, or I operate as somebody with a lot of ego, but with very little self-awareness or very little awareness of who other person is. If I am a leader in whatever I'm doing, or if I am a person who is contributing to the world in whatever role that I play, in organization, in society, or in family, the message I got from this sloka is, if I don't know the other person, I need to serve them because they may be Rama in anonymous form. Incognito, Rama is testing me. So if I can serve them as if they are Rama till I become confirmed that they are Rama or not, then I would actually benefit from it, and they would also benefit because I am truly doing service for them. But once I develop more self-awareness and inner discipline of myself, and also once I get to know the other person, then I realize that person can only be one of the two. Either they can be Hanuman like me, who is looking for Rama, or they are Rama themselves. So if they are Rama themselves, just like I am Hanuman, having the Rama in my heart, at some level, we are no different. I am you. That is the one that comes up. So this particular sloka, we can look at it from three different angles. One is, I am man with a lack of self-awareness. Second, I am like Hanuman. I have infinite potential, but I am waiting for somebody like Janmabhoomi, just like Janmabhoomi had awakened the true potential of Hanuman when they were on the verge of crossing the ocean to go to Lanka. Everybody was saying, I can jump this many miles, if you want to compare it in today's numbers. And Angada said, I can go across, but I may not be able to come back. Jambavan said, I could, when I was young, was able to cross the ocean and come back. But when everybody is speaking about their capacity, Hanuman was sitting very quietly. So at that time, Jambavan says, Hanuman, when you were born, you were able to go all the way to sun and wanted to eat sun thinking that it's an orange. So you have the capacity to go to ocean and come back. Why are you sitting down? At some level, he reminded him of his own full capacity. And because of that, Hanuman became again aware of himself. He was able to go meet Sitama and then come back. So like that, when we develop the awareness because of the provocation and somebody like Janmabhoomi who can remind us of our full potential, then we may be able to cross the ocean of samsara and discover the Mother Sita in whatever equivalent form in our life. That is the second possibility that we need to do. The third, if we begin to think even deeply at Advaitic level, then we realize we are not just Hanuman, we are the Rama himself, because our Atman is not different from the Brahman. That means losing my identity that I hold very dearly, and of course, I should say with a lot of ego, I'm not seeing the full picture. I'm seeing my potential as Hanuman, but I'm not seeing the whole truth. So when I see the big truth, the whole truth, then I realize Tattvamasi, as it is said in Chandogya Upanishad, I am the Rama, and I need to do what I need to do to kill the Ravana and to bring the dharmic balance into this world. It is not just something nice to do, but it is my responsibility. There is nobody else other than me to be able to do what I need to do and what is on my plate and what I see in the world. So wake up and do what is necessary, because that's what I'm here for. When I get this message and what I'm saying, it is not just applicable to me. I want to ask you, the listener, who are you? What kind of awareness with which you do what you have on your plate, what you have in your family, what you have in your organization? Do you operate going around life with no awareness of your own true potential? Or are you going around your life without knowing your full purpose in life? Or are you going around like a Hanuman, in the Deha Bhava, Hanuman like a monkey with a monkey mind? I keep hankering after various kinds of stuff, not having the ability to concentrate and be quiet and discover myself. Or if you are able to discover yourself as Hanuman, whom are you serving? What is your responsibility? What is the equivalent of finding Mother Sita in your life? What is your purpose? And whom do you need to serve? What is your responsibility as Ram? I'd like you to seriously think about, if you are Hanuman, as Ramadas, what are you doing? Are you doing your service to Rama and the world at this moment? And finally, if you discover that you are Rama yourself, what is your divine dharma? Why are you, have come into this world? Why have you taken this avatar? And what do you need to do as Rama? And who are the Ravanas whom you need to work with? So, to summarize, we can operate at multiple levels, especially as the Ayodhya event is coming together and as the Rama Janmabhoomi, after 500 years, begins to worship Rama in the form, in the way, in a temple, the way in which we could worship him fully. On this unique occasion, we need to develop more self-awareness as servant, developing the discipline to realize ourselves as Ramadasa, and then further deeper reflection of revealing the Rama within ourselves. This beautiful sloka, I have not been able to completely trace the origin of it, and if any of you know where and how this sloka has been fully documented, I would love to know. But in this small sloka, there is Advaitika Bhavana, there is Visishtadvaita Bhavana, where he looks at himself as the Amsha of Rama, and Dvaita Bhava, as well as looking at I am Hanuman and you are Rama. And finally, the Mahavakya from the Upanishads, the Tattvamasi, has already been beautifully illustrated. So please think about, how am I being in my life? How do I act? Who am I truly? And how do I discover myself? So if I can keep those in my mind, and if I can take it to next level, I have a feeling my life will be fully meaningful, and at the same time, it will bring up enormous personal growth and leadership capability in you that you have not ever thought about. So my request to you after you hear this talk is to sit down and take a few minutes to look at what you have on your plate, especially even according to the Western way of thinking. This is still the beginning of the year. It is still 15th of January. Maybe if you have not done deeper and meaningful resolutions for the year, you might want to think about and say, how do I control my monkey mind? And begin to bring clarity to my life. Where am I in my life at this moment? What do I need to do going forward? Second, how do I discover my infinite potential, just like Hanuman discovered the infinite potential with the help of Janmabhoomi? Can I actually do more in the world, more for my family, more for my community, and more for the organization that I serve, without they asking, without worrying about the salary, without worrying about how they are responding? What else can I do? How do I tap into my Hanuman capability of growing to full potential that I have and serve at a much higher level than I have been able to serve? And finally, how do I begin to discover the Rama within myself, especially in the world that we are experiencing extreme polarization and multiple wars in the world, and lot of confusion and lots of economic ups and downs that are happening? Still, the India, the Bharat, is actually beginning to reclaim its original glory. In doing so, what is your role? How do you follow your dharma and discover your true swadharma instead of falling prey to your swabhava? How do you really operate as Rama in 2024 and do the best possible thing that you can do, and fight with Ravana, kill the Ravana, and do the dharmic job that you are here to do? If we can figure out a way in which you can do your best, then you will have a lot more opportunity to not only be the Rama, awaken the Rama within everybody around you. So that is what I would appreciate, if you can focus on your work, your life, and then be with the Rama Bhavana within you. So let me end with one more quick doha from Ramcharitmanas, where he prays, Tulsidas prays, Nata Nata Manahu Mohi Dasa Deha Druda Vishwase Kari Swasa. That means, consider me as your servant, O Lord, and grant me strong faith and remove my fears. With this verse, the Rama's perception of himself as the Hanuman's perception of himself as Rama's servant, emphasizing his humility and unwavering devotion, was expressed by Tulsidas. So maybe the same way, hopefully, we all discover our own true natures, and like as long as we don't recognize our true nature of the self, we end up in fear. Once we recognize it, all the fears disappear and the abhayam will show up. So with that, I hope all your fears are removed. Rama gives you the abhayam, and Hanuman gives you the ability to discover yourself, full potential, and finally, you discover your Rama and do your dharma. And that way, you can move from servitude to self-realization, and you live your life in a meaningful, purposeful way, doing the best you can. Sri Rama Rama Ramiti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. And if you join me in chanting, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama 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 Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Jai Sri Ram. Thank you very much for listening to me. You have a wonderful evening, day, whatever is the time zone in your life. And may your life be full of blessings from Hanuman and Ram.